What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of Zatima. Yes, I know that this review is super late, but when the actual episode aired, I was super sick. And when I tried to finally drop my review, for some reason my files got corrupted. It was just a hot mess, but baby, your girl is back. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to leave the people hanging. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. So we're going to start off with episode 9, okay? Zach is trying to calm Lori down because she just found out that her husband and his mistress are in the same house right now. They're under Zach and Fatima's roof. In this moment, when I tell you I was so sick of Belinda, I was so sick of her because it's like, girl, you just did all of this for what? I mean, she's literally telling Lori how, well, he's sleeping in my bed, and goes on to tell Nate, like, oh, you need to make a decision. Is it going to be me or her? And all of this stuff. And it's like, girl, that man already told you he don't want you. I don't understand what you're not understanding. Now, one thing that I can respect is the fact that Nate was honest about one thing. And that was that he was using Belinda, because he absolutely was. That dirty dog, he needed a place to lay his neck, and Belinda opened up her door, okay? And I'm just like, girl, he played you. He definitely played you hella hard. So my issue with Nate, though, y'all, is that he's not willing to put in any work. He literally told Lori, yeah, I think we should get a divorce. He didn't even try to fix the marriage. Like, ain't tried not a one bit. Keep in mind, at one point, wasn't she just telling Zach how Nate said that he may want to go to couples counseling? We just gonna go ahead and ignore all of that, because now we just want to go straight to divorce. Because according to him, he has seen what a healthy relationship looks like. Y'all, he's talking about Zach and Fatima, and I'm like, wait, the same relationship that you consistently try to destroy? Are you kidding me? Get out of my face, Nate. Get out of my face. Now, at this point, Lori, she's pissed off. She walks out. Belinda, she pissed off because now she's embarrassed because that man done told her that he don't want her. And I'm just so annoyed that I think it was Zach who was basically telling, like, Nate, like, yeah, I'm proud that you were able to really say how you felt. Man, fuck Nate. Okay? Straight up. Now, after all of that was going on, Zach got a call from Connie. And basically, she was telling him how Jeremiah was in the hospital. Connie, I need for you to understand that after all the things that Zach has gone through with his brother, and we all know that Jeremiah, he is a dope fiend, don't call him with this. Because what do you want Zach to do? Zach has already tried to put that man in rehab, and he left the same day as Zach did not get his money back. Baby, we do not care. We are just waiting on the phone call that lets us know that Jeremiah, he done passed away. That sounds horrible, but I don't understand why Connie is so busy trying to be Jeremiah's savior. Girl, you need to save yourself. You over here battling cancer, and you want to worry about this crackhead? Girl, get it together. Now, after all of this foolishness, we slide on over to Angela, and y'all, I am actually really interested in Angela's storyline, okay? Because she got home, she has received her medicine in the mail, because remember, she was talking to another coworker about how she was losing weight, looking all good. Well, baby, Angela is now possibly going to get on the TV version of the Zempic, okay? And she's about ready to, take the shot, and Sean ends up coming to the door, right? First of all, he came super early for this date. She still had on her outfit that she wore to this little photo shoot. She didn't even change yet, okay? And what's crazy is that she lets him in. Now, at first I gave him a little side eye because he brought her some fake flowers. But Sean is very serious about this date. He really wants to take her out, and she's playing him to the left. She's over here trying to hop in bed, and we get to see Angela beat in her head. And I feel like there is so much to develop with her character for us to really get a full understanding as to why Angela seems to always only use sex as a way to entertain these guys. You know what I'm saying? She never really goes out on dates. Like, for real, it's always laid up at her house. I said, okay, let's do a deep dive. I wish we could have did a deep dive on some of them sisters over there, but you know what? I want to see this play out with Angela. So he's, telling her she's beautiful. We're going to go ahead and have a good time. We're going to go out on this date. Now, she ends up walking out with him, and then she's like, oh, let me go grab my purse. Y'all, she literally runs back into the house, and she grabs the purse all right, but she also takes the medicine. I'm just like, oh my gosh, to actually be able to watch Angela, who we see as so confident, you know what I mean? She seems very into her body. She knows who she is. She knows she's a curvy girl. She gets the guys, like, really, she's that girl. But to see her have these insecurities is such a good storyline, because I really feel like it can develop into something good, right? So after that, y'all, we got Jeremiah. He at the eye hospital. And they are trying to tell him, sir, you got to get up out of here. You are discharged. We have no reason to keep you. They try to tell him to go to rehab. He's talking about how it's not safe out there for him. I mean, it got to the point where Jeremiah grabbed the nurse. And I'm like, you know what? Him getting dragged out by security, they should have done worse. Because the way he grabbed her, I was like, oh, absolutely not. You have a problem, sir. Not only with drugs, but the way you be grabbing on women. Because he did the same thing to Zatima. Sir, if you don't back up off that lady, like, Jeremiah, I do not care how bad you don't want to go back out to the streets. It is what it is. When your brother tried to help you and put you in rehab, you escaped that same day. Moving on. So we actually see Angela and Sean have this date, right? When I say she's making it difficult, she was making it so difficult. I mean, she complained about everything. She's like, I've already been to this place. You told me you were going to take me somewhere else. It was so much. I'm just like, Angela, what is going on? I mean, she argued him down. Okay? And come to find out, he closed the restaurant for her. So that way it could just be them having dinner, very intimate setting. And y'all, she still found a way to find a problem. It was a female waitress, and she found an issue with that, trying to see if he used to mess around with her. And it's like, Angela, get out of your head, please. Okay, just enjoy the date. Now, we do finally see her start to relax a little bit, and we learn a little bit more about Sean. He's actually a private chef. Who knew? Because I feel like when we first met him, what was he doing? I feel like, was he an Uber driver or something? Dang it. I cannot remember what Sean did. Y'all, what did Sean do when we first met him? I forgot. But we're going to go ahead and move on. Now, we slide on over to Zach and Zatima. And after they had the photo shoot that had all this drama in their house, they decide, oh, you know what? We're going to order some takeout for dinner. All right, cool. So when we finally get the scene of the food arriving, right? Who happens to steal it? Leslie. Leslie is literally outside stealing the food. I said, girl, what is going on? Deja ends up seeing her, tries to fight her, even though Leslie kind of beat her up, okay? Because Leslie got away. And when Fatima opens up the door, Leslie's gone, right? So at this point, Deja's like, oh my gosh, wake Zach up, tell Zach. And Fatima's like, no, we can't tell Zach. Y'all, I'm so irritated with Fatima. I'm so irritated with her. The way that she hides things from Zach, it blows my mind, because it's always big stuff. She don't ever hide nothing that's just like, we don't care about it. It's always this big stuff, because she's like, I don't want Zach to get mad. Zach is permanently mad. That's just who he is. We've accepted it, girl. You need to go tell this man. Y'all need to change the locks. Y'all need to go have somebody check the house out, see if it's bugged. You know what I'm saying? Now, before we end with episode 9, I gotta backtrack just a little bit, because we actually see Connie. She's at her house, and her kitchen ends up catching on fire. She's trying to get to her kids, but her strength is bad, because keep in mind, she has been going through chemo. And if you know anybody who's been through chemo and radiation, they are very, very weak after they had sessions of it, right? So y'all, she reaches for the door and we actually see her. She makes it out. However, where are her kids? And she's yelling. Nobody is approaching her. Nobody's checking on her. I'm just like, what is going on? There's all these people in this apartment complex. Like, this is a lot. This is so much. But let's go ahead and move on to the next episode, okay? Alright, so in episode 10, we actually see Deja. She's about to blow the cover, okay? Keep in mind, her and Fatima, they've basically sworn to secrecy that the whole Leslie situation will be between them. However, when she sees Zach, she starts making all these insinuations as if her and Fatima, they working on some secret project, okay? And it's like, girl, just be quiet, because you already know Fatima is going to be pissed off if you slip up and tell Zach, okay? Now, moving on, we see Jeremiah. He looking for his next fix. Nothing new there. After that, we see Angela. She goes to see Fatima. And y'all, she's already not feeling well from the shot, okay? And I'm just like, girl, this is not going to end good. You better get it together, Angela. Stop while you're ahead. And then we get Fatima telling Angela about Deja, right? And how Deja beat Leslie up. I said, now did she, Fatima? Hold on, you're lying a little bit, because I don't really think that Deja really beat Leslie up, okay? We not about to pretend like she did, okay? Nonetheless, Angela is trying to tell Fatima yet again, you need to tell Zach, right? So, moving on from there, this is where things got real interesting for me, because Zach forgot to get the inspector. The one job that he had, when it came to his actual job, he did not do. So Bryce ends up calling him out for slacking. And here's the thing, Zach has been slacking this whole time. Zach has no idea what he's doing. We gotta be honest here. When it comes to this whole property thing, Zach has no idea what he's doing. And what's frustrating is that I feel like Zach will be the downfall if they are not successful, okay? Like, if you are in a group of people, right, and one person is not carrying their weight, and this could really lead to an opportunity being snatched from you, you would be pissed. So I completely understand where Bryce is coming from. Like, listen, we all have to pull our own weight. And Preston, you know, he's like, you know what, I can make some calls. And I'm just like, no. You keep trying to save Zach for every little thing that he gets into. Everything that's been happening with Zach. If he needs a little bit of help, here comes Preston. Oh, I got it. Oh, I can do it. Oh, let me see if I can call some people. Let him pull his weight. Okay, you already financially got him out of a bind. What are we doing? So, Bryce is basically saying that he's disappointed in Zach. And Bryce, he's like, you know, you're so focused on the baby shower, but we're handling business. And at the end of the day, Bryce was definitely making a point when he was saying how, you know, him operating as a single man, not having a wife, not having kids, that plays a part into his career because he just cannot do both. You know what I mean? He cannot completely devote his time to the career that he wants if he has a whole family at home, okay? And I feel like that's honestly a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow, but it's very true. When you are working for yourself and only have to worry about yourself, you can reach certain heights that sometimes when you have a family at home, you can't reach because now you're starting to divide your time. You are not the sole focus of your life. Now, Bryce, he even told Zach, like, listen, you're not even coming to the meetings. So now you're looking like an assistant. Oh, why he say that? Because now here Zach go, getting all puffy in the chest. And it's just like, but Zach, it's the truth. You said that you couldn't come to the meeting because you had to do baby shower stuff. I don't even understand why you're this heavily involved in the baby shower at this point. I can understand if this was a situation where you and Angela were planning it, But no, this is you wanting to plan a baby shower all by yourself. You just got some help from her. But nonetheless, Zach, he feeling some type of way. So he tries to throw a dig at Bryce, and he's like, well, the reason why you're not married and stuff is because nobody likes you, not even Angela. I said, ooh, okay, no, that was kind of that was kind of harsh, because it's very true that Angela don't like him, and I definitely do not want them to try to make them be in game, because it just won't make sense, okay? So Bryce, he goes on to explain to Zach, like, listen, in this type of business, you are going to miss out on, important family moments. And that's just how life goes. And I'm just like, you know what? The thing is, it's not just in that business. It's in life in general. Literally, we all work, okay? We all go to work in some way, shape, or form, right? Whether you have a 9-to-5 entrepreneur, whatever you have going on. If you have a partner and you have children and you have a lot going on, there are absolutely things that you are going to miss. You actually may miss some of your kids' football games and ballet recitals. You know what I mean? It's very important to them. But also, society is set up that they're not worried about your kids. You need to come work this job because you need to have money in your pocket, right? That is literally how life is set up. Please know that if you could call off work every time your kid has something going on, you will be missing work left and right, okay? Now back to the show. Bryce, he's questioning if Zach is all in. And listen, Zach is all in for as much as y'all are going to carry the weight for him, okay? That's how in he's in, all right? So here's my thing. Zach swears that he's going to be better and he's all in. But next thing you know, he gets a call from Zatima, right? Unfortunately, though, this is a real serious call because she's spotting. So now we have to rush to the hospital, right? And of course, everybody wants Zatima to be okay. But at the same time, this is exactly what Bryce was telling you. You're getting pulled away from what you're supposed to be doing for work, because keep in mind, this is a team of people now, and you have personal things going on. So again, Zach has bailed on them. Now, Zach has rushed over to the hospital. He gets there. Angela's trying to calm him down, and he tells her to not tell him to calm down. And I'm saying, here we go again. Zach in that jacked up attitude. He finally goes to the back to see Zatima. She's okay. The baby is okay. And basically we learn that Zatima gotta go sit down somewhere. She's doing too much. She is overworking herself. And she can't be doing that, especially with this pregnancy, okay? So Angela happens to let the cat out the bag about the whole Leslie situation. And, of course, Zach is pissed off about it. He's a hothead. So now he feels some type of way. Because it's like, why didn't Zatima tell him about it? Now his first thought is, okay, I'm getting you a bodyguard. I said, a bodyguard? Okay, sure. If that's what's going to help you sleep at night, Zach. We move on and we see Jeremiah. He getting high again just to see his mama. She trying to speak life into him and tell him to stop doing drugs. Okay, moving on. Zach is wheeling Zatima out. And then Bryce ends up calling him. And he apologizes. You know what I mean? Especially once he found out that it was something serious with Zatima. You know what I mean? Because you would never want to have a conversation with somebody and it end. And if something was wrong with the baby, you know what I mean? You would hate for that to be the last conversation. And basically, when they get to the car, Zatima is asking Zach to take her to the office because she got some stuff that she got to get. And he's like, no, you're putting the baby at risk. And she's like, I will be working from home. Like, I just need my things. And here's the thing. Zach, for some reason, will never understand that Zatima has a real job. Okay? And I'm not trying to, dog him out, but Zach came from working at the airport, okay? He worked at an airport, not a boss, very low level on the totem pole, right? Then he goes from that to being, I guess you could say, a boss of his own. He does not understand how serious Fatima's job is, and that's what pisses me off about Zach. Not only does he do it on this show, but he also does it on Sisters, to where he does not take her career serious. Even though he says that he support her, I'll just be like, do you though? Do you really support her, Zach? I don't know. Now, moving on from there, we jump back over to Connie. She is picking up the pieces from the fire, and here comes the social worker. Connie has this whole story of what happened. Now, this lady is telling her, like, listen, is that the truth? Because if we find out that you lying, baby, it's going to be a problem. You could possibly lose your kids, because this is now an open investigation. Now, when it comes to the Connie storyline, y'all, I'm actually really interested. But I really hate that, like, all of her scenes are literally just her. Like, at what point is she actually going to meet up with these people? Tony, you over here dropping stacks of money off to some random lady. You don't even check in on Connie? That's crazy to me. Okay? You know she battling cancer. That's crazy. But besides that, y'all, we get to the last scene and we see Angela. Now, these shots, baby, they are tearing her up, okay? Literally. And she is literally wobbling and bobbling all over this kitchen, okay? So then she tries to take like a sip of water, I guess, to see if that'll help. But it's not helping. Y'all, I feel like we about to see this girl fall out. Now listen, if they make Angela fall out, okay, Bryce bet not find her. I'm sorry, I'm over it. We are not bringing Bryce back into the fold. We're not. Let it be Sean. But y'all, that was Zatima. I'm very interested to see where we are going to go when the show comes back. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.